Real, relevant radio. Kingfisher FM.
We continue to focus on eye care. Wonderful to welcome back in studio from the Sunridge Park Shopping Centre and the Spec-Savers, Russell Meyer joining us. You doing well?
Things are good, thanks, Gareth. It's always a pleasure being in studio with you.
Yeah, I was saying off air that last week we spoke about these floaters in the back of the eye, and I've become so aware of it. You're like looking for it and starting to ask the questions, and somebody... I was at a mountain bike race and they said they got something in the eye. And I said, it's a floater. It's a floater. You've got a floater.
100%.
So education, that's what it's about.
We're starting to see people come and ask us about floaters as well, thanks the listeners. But just be aware of it. And I think that people should think about their eyes. I think it's great.
One of the things we spoke about last week was itchy eyes, but maybe the next level is eyes burning and sleep in my eyes, and should I be rubbing my eyes? So to help us understand what are all these different things?
So generally a burny eye is the most common that we see, and generally it's a result that the eye's trying to tell you something. The front of the eye is a clear structure we call the cornea, and little nerves that stand on the cornea, and when the eye burns, it's because those nerves are now exposed, and the eye's telling you something that it needs protection. And basically it's the most common reason is the tear layer that coats those nerves dries out, and there's many reasons. Certain medications can do it. PCs, air concepts, many things that cause the tear layer to dry out. What's important is really with the burny eye to be aware of it and not just leave it. Exposing that cornea, that clear structure to without a proper tear layer can cause serious problems for the health of the eye in the long term. Dry eye disease, many sorts of things. And the easiest way to sort it out in most cases is really with just an artificial tear supplement, a tear regime. And by that, I don't mean Igene and Sapphire Blue and Clear Eyes. You need to use a tear supplement, and an eye care practitioner looks at the front of the eye, looks at the nerves, looks for dryness on the front of the eye, looks at the tear layer, and we can see how that tear layer functions. But a burny eye is very, very common, and definitely after a certain age, really, it's more part of what we see than just the exception to the rule.
Did you say tear supplement?
Correct.
Is this Hollywood now? What is this?
So really an artificial tear supplement is really just a drop you'd insert in the eye, an eye drop, what most people would call. And really that just binds to the front of the eye and affects how the tear layer lasts in the eye. And the tear layer really is made of 3 different layers, and it should last when you blink for about 8 to 10 seconds. And often that tear layer doesn't work exactly as it should. It dries out quicker.
Yes.
And then the eye can burn. It can also start watering as a secondary reaction to it. Yeah. So just an artificial tear. There are a few out there. We've certainly got our preferences as to which two we prefer. So
you're saying we must be careful just to go and get eye drops. It might not actually be the solution. Might have short-term relief.
Yeah, the problem is, I'll allude to the Igene and Sapphire Blue. They're called vasoconstrictors, and they really just constrict a blood vessel to hide redness. And really, that isn't treating the root of a problem. You can't hide something to treat it. And really, we say, well, why does the eye become red? Why is it burning? And let's look at those reasons, and let's treat those reasons to avoid bigger problems that can happen in the long term.
Okay. All right, so we'll continue to talk about this regarding your eyes. The most important thing is education, asking the questions. I think that's what's great about you guys, is coming in, just asking the questions, and then starting to educate yourself and become aware of your own body. It's so important to do something like that.
Yeah, it's got to last you till the end. So look after it, and vision is really one of the one of the most precious gifts you have of all. So just look after your eyes. It's pretty simple.
All right. So one of the things we've been speaking about is children. We've been speaking about TV time and screen time and things like that. Someone was mentioning, they only really consider taking their children for an eye examination, sort of when they're high school teenagers, and you almost like that can almost be too late. You almost want to start much earlier.
100%. So children are born, with the focus of the eye generally very underdeveloped, and the focus of the eye should develop at a normal rate. Often the focus of the eyes develops too quickly as a result of too much tablet and screen time and too much near work. Then the eyes adapt quicker. But really just having a comprehensive eye exam is imperative, just to see where the focus of a child's eyes are. So, at Spec-Savers between the age of 6 and 12, we have the initiative, the Kids Right to Good Sight.
That's right.
And as franchisees, we've helped over 200,000 kids, and they've all qualified for free eye examination, free frames, lenses, and on an annual basis we give so much back But it's imperative between the ages of 6 and 12, at very least, to check once a year. And, if we see those issues coming through, often we can do sorts of things with visual therapy or exercises to try and delay the condition that might be coming through, or potentially try and avoid it.
So from 6, they should start coming?
100%. I believe a child should have been seen before then, either by the ped or someone, but there's no excuse really at Spec-Savers. By 6 years old, every child could be seen, and that would be wonderful if children could come in, and we could almost not eradicate it, but so many kids really get branded in class as maybe the dummy, or they don't concentrate, or they're lagging behind, and very often we'll see in practice that it's a kid who just cannot see. And take away anyone's vision and see how they function, let alone a child in a busy environment, all that energy. So just check the eyes. It's a simple, easy thing to do.
Just a question here on the SMS line: how young can you be to start using contacts?
So contact lenses all depends on the kid. I've fit very young before. I fit a 5-year-old with contact lenses before, years back. But generally, it all depends on the reasons for contact lenses. A contact lens really is a medical device. It can affect the health of the eye negatively if it's not worn correctly. And it's important, especially with kids, when we fit them with contacts, we get them on the right footing for the right reasons. And we'll fit them with a high oxygen lens, a healthy lens, and then they're on the right track. So it all depends on the case, but from as long as the child is mature enough, I've fit from 5 years old.
Wow, was it a boy? Was he touching his eyeball? Huh?
It was a little boy.
Yeah, he was playing with his eyeball. Look what I could do, Mom.
He was quite a rough and tumble kid, but really it helped him a lot. It really did.
I'm 40 and I still get squirmish touching my eyeball. So yeah.
Stay away from it. That cornea, that front of the eye is very sensitive, and just always try and say keep your fingers out
absolutely.
of your eyes.
All right, so these are the kind of things that we're wanting to do more and more of as we engage with the guys from Spec-Savers at Sunridge Park. So you can post questions on the Facebook page, comments.
Yeah, Sunridge Park Spec-Savers, which is at Spec-Savers Sunridge Park. You can find us on Facebook. Send us questions. Come in store, ask us a question. Certainly always say book an eye exam. Ask us questions there about your eyes specifically. But just connect with us in many different platforms.
All right, so go visit Spec-Savers at Sunridge Park Village Shopping Centre, just outside the spa. Russell, thanks for your time. We'll chat to you soon.
Thanks, Gareth.
Cheers.
Your inspiration station. It's Kingfisher FM.